Attention passionate Cleveland, BROWNS. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Cleveland Browns' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Cleveland Browns fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Cleveland, BROWNS. Let's get to the news. All right, Browns fans, hold on tight because the latest updates coming out of Berea are pretty significant, especially when it comes to the future of our franchise's quarterback situation. It's been a roller coaster season for Cleveland, with injuries piling up and questions swirling around the very core of our team's plans. But now there's a glimmer of hope on the horizon, and it involves none other than Deshaun Watson, our franchise QB, who's been sidelined all season long due to injury. Let's set the scene. Watson's been out since October 20, 2024, after suffering an injury that kept him off the field for what feels like forever. The Browns, like many of us, have been anxiously waiting for him to get healthy again, especially given how much we believe in his talent and what he could bring to this team, especially in the postseason. This week, things took a promising turn as the team officially activated his 21-day practice window, which means Watson is back on the practice field, starting to ramp up and get ready to possibly return to game action. Now, this is a big deal because it's one step closer to seeing Watson back under center, even if it's just for a few snaps at first. But here's the kicker. While Watson has been cleared to practice, the real question on all our minds is whether he'll suit up for the final games of the season. NFL insiders, including Jonathan Jones from CBS Sports, have been reporting that the Browns are likely to keep Watson on the roster next season, even if he doesn't see any action this year. The main reason: his record-breaking, massive contract and the dead cap hit that comes with releasing him. That dead money, nearly $81 million in 2026, makes trading or cutting him a non-starter unless Cleveland wants to eat a huge financial hit, which they clearly don't. Jones pointed out that the Browns are probably going to keep Watson around because they're not keen on taking that enormous cap hit, and it sets them up for an intriguing quarterback battle in 2026. Imagine that, potentially having 4 or 5 QB contenders vying for the starting spot in next year's preseason, with Watson still in the mix and a rookie possibly sitting behind him, learning the ropes. This could be a smart move by Cleveland, giving Watson a chance to rehab and get ready for next year's campaign while also preparing for the future. Now, here's where things get really interesting. Even if Watson doesn't play again this season, he's still very much a part of the Browns' plans for 2026. The team isn't looking to move him unless they want to take on that massive dead cap hit, which they clearly are. So the door is open for Watson to return, and the team is planning to see if he can be ready to go for the last 2 games of the season. The Browns' coaching staff, led by Kevin Stefanski, is optimistic about Watson's progress. Stefanski himself said this week that it's outstanding for Watson to be back on the practice field, and he's been working incredibly hard rehabbing his injury. This is huge for us fans because we all know how much Watson means to this team. His talent, his leadership, his ability to extend plays and make those game-changing throws. These are qualities that can elevate the Browns from a good team to serious Super Bowl contenders. And even though he's been sidelined, the organization clearly still believes in his potential, especially given the financial commitment they made when they signed him. From a strategic standpoint, Cleveland could opt to use the 2026 season as a sort of redshirt year for a young quarterback they might draft early in the first round. Let Watson start the season, get comfortable, and then bring in the rookie later on, giving him the benefit of watching and learning from one of the league's most talented quarterbacks. It's a plan that has its risks, but also its potential rewards, especially if the Browns continue to build around their core and find ways to strengthen the supporting cast, offensive line, receivers, defense, and make a real run in the playoffs. Right now, the focus is on Watson's health and whether he'll be activated for the final 2 games of the season. The Browns have until Christmas week to decide, and if all goes well, he could very well be lining up in a Browns uniform again very soon. The team's coaching staff, including Stefanski, is cautiously optimistic, noting that Watson is taking limited practice reps, but the progress is evident. The plan seems to be to give him enough time to get back into game shape without rushing him, which is smart considering how important his long-term health is for the franchise. This entire situation puts a lot of buzz in Cleveland, not just about the immediate future, but about what's coming in 2026. A healthy Watson, combined with a strong roster and a competitive division, could make the Browns one of the most formidable teams in the AFC. But for now, the focus remains on those final 2 games, on Watson's recovery, and on whether he can help us close out the season with some wins and momentum heading into the offseason. In the meantime, fans are buzzing with debates, predictions, and hopes. Will Watson return this season and make that difference? Or will he wait until next year to lead us back to playoff prominence? Either way, the excitement is palpable, and the Browns are at a pivotal point. The next few weeks could define the trajectory of this team for years to come, with Watson's health and future being central to that story. And that's what makes following the Browns so thrilling. We're always on the edge, waiting to see what's next, dreaming of that postseason run, and believing that the best is yet to come. We've seen flashes of brilliance, heartbreak, and hope, and now with Watson's potential return, we're right back in that zone of anticipation. Browns fans, this is what we live for. The next chapter is about to be written, and I can't wait to see how it unfolds. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Cleveland Browns news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick, and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. Looking ahead, the Browns are in a position where they can balance the present with the future. The management's decision to hold on to Watson makes sense financially and strategically. Cleveland's front office is clearly betting on Watson's talent and leadership to be the cornerstone of their next era of success. The team has shown resilience all season, fighting through injuries and tough losses, and now they're inching closer to a potential playoff push, with Watson's return possibly being the spark that ignites everything. The fan base, including myself, is eager to see him back on the field, commanding the offense, making those clutch throws, and leading the Browns to victory. We've seen what he can do, and we know that when healthy, Watson is a difference maker. If he can get some reps in these last 2 games, even if it's just a limited role, it will give us a glimpse of what's to come in 2026. And let's be honest, Browns fans, we're already looking ahead, dreaming about what next season could bring, especially if we've got Watson ready to go from week 1. Of course, there's always some uncertainty. Injuries are unpredictable, and the NFL is a league where the smallest mistake can change everything. But if Watson can stay healthy and regain his rhythm, the sky's the limit. The Browns are building something special, and with that talented quarterback at the helm, we all believe that brighter days are ahead. So, as we watch these last few games unfold, keep your eyes on Watson and the progress he's making. It's not just about the immediate wins, it's about setting up a future where the Browns are consistently competing for championships. The AFC North is competitive, but with the right pieces in place, Cleveland can rise to the top. And Watson's health and return are central to that mission. We're all rooting for him, for the team, and for that Super Bowl window to reopen once again. And now, Cleveland Browns fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Cleveland Browns. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Cleveland Browns news.